still ain't won any playoff games. Where's my damn hoagie?
Yo, everybody, how you doing? So I want to talk about trust the process. Now, I grew up when I was real young, a little baby Philly 500, little young one. We had Dr.J. He was older, but he was still there. Moses Malone, it was right before he got traded to the Washington Bullets. And the Sixers were like a prestigious team. People all over the country loved the Sixers. And then Doctor retired. They traded Malone to the Bullets. And oh God, that was brutal. And then, you know, we had Charles Barkley and Rick Mahorn days with Jaminski and Dawkins and Hawkins and they were interesting and fun to watch, but they could never get anywhere near Chicago. Chicago would beat them in the second round of playoffs, it seemed like, every year. Then we went through the Clarence Weatherspoon times, and that was horrible. And then we went, and Allen came, and he gave us those, you know, Allen Iverson gave us great years. Allen Iverson was so fun to watch, one of the greatest of all times. Love Allen Iverson. Now, after Iverson, we became this mediocrity team, which I couldn't stand. And I always say, and I said this a long time, the worst place you can be is mediocre. When you're not good enough to win and you're not bad enough to get really a guy who can change the complexion of your team. So I was a pro processor at that point. Now, I knew Sam Hinkie came in. I knew that things were going to go different, but I didn't know what he was really going to do until the draft night when he traded Holiday away. When he traded Holiday away for Noel, I said, "Oh my gosh, here we go. He's going to do it." And people were already talking about Andrew Wiggins 2 years before Wiggins was even in college. So you knew who Andrew Wiggins was. You knew he was supposed to be this guy, and it was going to be winless for Wiggins. And I was all for that. And it didn't work out. And we got Embiid, and he was hurt, and all those kind of things. But my point, I guess, is I've been a supporter of this from the beginning. Now, in my opinion, this has not been smooth. We have had resistance. We've had bad luck in our attempts to rebuild this team. And despite all that, you're looking at Markelle Fultz, Ben Simmons, and Joel Embiid as your core to build around. And Dario Saric. Let's not forget him. I always forget Saric. I should not do that. I apologize. But the point is even if they come together and never win, okay, if they never win a championship, Embiid gets hurt, Ben Simmons can't shoot, and Fultz gets hurt, whatever happens, and they don't win, and this core doesn't work out, the process is still successful because you saw how it can work. Even when it's rough, you see the kind of talent you can acquire. Now, it's up to the team to develop that talent. It's up to the people who make the draft picks to draft the right guys. We should have drafted Porzingis instead of Okafor. That's Hinkie's big mistake I believe he made. But the process works. It's just a matter of, did you draft the right guy and did you develop these guys? And if the Sixers do that, they'll win championships. But if they don't, it's not because of the process, it's because they didn't do a good enough job. And that's on them. So I'm a supporter of this process in the future. Whether we win a championship or not, I'm always going to support this process because you can see how it's supposed to work. Now, it's up to the Sixers coaching staff to develop these guys. It's up to the scouting department to get the right guys in here. And then we'll have a team ready for a championship. Take care. Talk to you later. Don't be a dingbat.